Oh, look, man, I don't know why. I do know, and I don't know why this is such a big story. But man, the Rees Zammit story is legitimately getting more and more interesting to me. If you guys don't know, big backtrack: Rees Zammit, former Welsh and Gloucester rugby star, up and comer within the sport, decided, hey, man, yo, I think I've done what I needed to do in rugby. Yo, let me go over to the U.S. and I want to go through the international player pool to be able to get a chance to play in the NFL. And this man has been on it. And as a result, man, I think we created one of the most interesting concepts. Yo, Rees Zammit watch. Let's go. Now, if you guys don't know, the NFL draft happened, and the Kansas City Chiefs picked a wide receiver for their number one pick of the draft, Xavier Worthy. What this meant is that now we are kind of getting a better idea of where Rees Zammit is going to end up finding himself in this with the Chiefs. He's been in camp. He's still doing pre-training camp. Obviously, training camp still has another month before it starts. But we are seeing where his positioning is going to be, and we start to see videos. That wide receiver room for the Kansas City Chiefs, absolutely full. Xavier Worthy, fastest time in the combine, 4.21. Bruh, Rees Zammit, even at the high 4.2s, ain't touching that man with that experience. But it looks like we're looking at Rees Zammit to start working with the running backs a bit more. And we started seeing a little bit of footage that came from that one. See what we can bring up on that. You know. All right. We got you. All right. So all right, hold on. We getting it. Getting a quick look. Got a couple of these. Working out with the running backs, which is a big deal. Okay, let's also put things into perspective. Rees Zammit is not a small guy. This is a 6'3", 209-pound guy, right? Like that is a tall running back by all intents and purposes. That is about the same height as Derrick Henry, but about 40 pounds less. So that's going to be an adjustment for him. But it looks like he's been able to have some good success and finding some ways around it. He had a press conference last week talking a little bit about his experience as he's been going through this. And I got to say, I got to appreciate the humility that he's having more of bit by bit. Not that I guess he wasn't, but again, some of the things that were said before were a little bit, like I said, I felt like they were a little, not intentionally contentious, but they were contentious, right? They were contentious. So, all right, let's take a look at what he got at his press conference. He talked about the fact of why he decided to go to rugby instead of staying with, why he wanted to go to the NFL, staying with rugby.
Well, obviously my dad was a big NFL fan growing up, and he wanted to play the sport. He played American football back in the UK. It wasn't an option to come out here and play, but yeah, growing up as a kid, I've always watched it. Every Sunday I've been staying up late. Obviously, the time difference is 5 to 6 hours, so the early hours in the morning for me. But yeah, I've my dad's a massive mentor for me and a role model. So it was just about when I was going to do it, and I achieved everything I wanted to in rugby. So I thought now was the perfect time. Well, obviously my dad.
Again, absolutely love this because of the fact that, again, we some of this we already knew. It was well documented, his processing of wanting to do the NFL because of his father and stuff. But I do think that it is really telling again that commitment, which again had no doubt about that. I think he was very upfront when it came to stuff like that. But it does allow for the focus, and it gives greater trust, and it hurts. Now, this clip I wanted to put in because it does talk about some of the differences that he has between rugby training and NFL training at this point. And I think this one was really good because I think this is one of the things that really make a difference between the free play, even if you have phases and play phases, but the free play of rugby versus the more disciplined play structure of football. This is what he had to say about that.
It's Rees Zammit. I've heard many different ways of saying it, but Rees Zammit. I mean,
this is him talking about his name.
Yeah. I guess that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. Obviously, in rugby, it's very free flowing. Unless you get a set piece in rugby, that's when you call a play. So there's probably 20 to 30 plays a game, whereas here you're talking hundreds. So it's been interesting to learn the playbook. Obviously, we're only a few installs in. I've only been here for a week, but yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what happens next. It's a good week, really good week. It was great to meet all the boys. Great to dive deep into the playbook, as I said earlier. But yeah, it's been a good week overall, and definitely helped doing rookie minicamp, getting reps, because I'm a very, the way I learn is like actually doing the reps. So, it was a great 3 days. Well, obviously my dad was a big NFL fan growing up, and he wanted to play the.
All right. So that just kind of repeats back on what we were already talking about from before. But I love it. Like, we're seeing the process and really break down, because I don't think we got this from Christian Wade when he was with the Buffalo Bills. And I don't think we never got to see homeboy from the Eagles really have that same deep process. So I love what we're getting with Rees Zammit, because it does inspire other people. And we've seen that inspiration effect actually occur with other players for England, like what's his name? Travis Clayton, who is nobody within the rugby field, plays low-level rugby, but he is a massive body who got selected through the IPP, kind of in the same pathway that Rees Zammit did, and was able to get drafted. And he's probably going to be a pretty solid, a defensive tackle. Guy is 6'3". Hold on, I got a solid picture of him. He's like a solid 6'5", freaking monster of a player. Got drafted by the Bills, which is already no, he's not 6'5". He's 6'7". He ran a 4. What was it? He ran a 4.79 as a lineman, competing as a lineman, and it looks like they're going to put him either at defensive line or offensive line. Offensive line. It looks like they're going to put him as an offensive lineman, which puts him in a position to be a probably really solid tackle, which I think is, again, it's great to see that consistent reputation. Probably homie from the Eagles, Maliata, is probably a little bit more inspiration, even though he's a rugby league player versus rugby union player. But to be able to be that big and have that footwork works well. And these guys tend to do very, very well in the NFL. So what we've seen from Rees Zammit, especially at the skill position, I'm glad it adds a little bit more element to it. But I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in training camp. We're getting to see a lot of what he's been able to do so far. And I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited for him. Let's go. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on Rees Zammit's updates, Rees Zammit's consistency, and what you guys think he's going to do. Like I said, him as a Reggie Bush, Christian McCaffrey type player would be great to see. And I think that's where they want to put him at. And especially because Rashad Rashad Ray is the younger wide receiver that the Chiefs had. Ain't gonna be there because he's definitely going to jail. So to be able to get another outside guy to be able to make some plays, can't beat that. So shout out to Louis Rees. I'm continuing to pull. I've been pulling for him. I just want that media training to kick in a little bit more.
There's wheat flour that you can eat. My name is GiftTime in Baylor. I'm here with Health Enhanced Foods. And I want to tell you about one of our best and most beloved products, our sweet white wheat baking mix. Now, this is the baking mix for those who are not really looking for something that's gluten-free, but they are looking for something that they can eat that is going to still be healthy and is not going to be dangerous. White flour is typically a very processed, incredibly bleached flour, and it's not good for you. It's incredibly cheap for a reason. Our sweet white wheat bread mix is whole grain, dairy-free, high in dietary fiber, free of additives, and is absolutely unprocessed and unrefined. With our sweet white wheat bread mix, you can feel like you're getting all the same rewards that you would get from poor white bread, but with all the nutritional value. You're able to still make your bread loaves or your cakes, your flat bread or your cookies, but you don't have to feel like you are going to be robbing yourself of good carbohydrates. You can get the sweet white wheat bread mix from healthenhancedfoods.com. Absolutely go impress your friends and family with the greatest bread while not making them feel like they have to be gluten-free at the same time. No dangers, full body pleasures. Go ahead and get yours today. Let's go.